All right, thank you, Mo. So I'm a pediatric and family chiropractor. I lecture internationally. I've been around the world lecturing on chiropractic and pediatrics. I'm a board member of the International Federation of Chiropractors and Organizations, and I'm a constant questioner. And this is me traveling around speaking. So one of my asks today is, while I'm talking, is to think about different places where I can come and speak to groups, because the message I'm going to share is one that people need to hear. So think about those organizations, church groups, Rotary clubs. Mo's invited me to his Rotary later this month. And so, yeah. So one of the questions I like to ask is, what is sickness? What is this thing called sickness? But more importantly, what is health? Okay, because if we study health, we're more likely to get what? Healthy, right? But if we study sickness all the time, what are we going to get? We're not going to learn how to be healthy, right? So in society, would you say we study sickness or health? We study disease and sickness, symptoms. So I've studied health principles for the last 15 years. I know how to be healthy. It's actually pretty easy because it's based on principles. But we've forgotten, and we're not taught in school. Andy has incredible principles he shares with people, and so it works. But we have to start with some basic premises. And how many of you believe that we're born to be healthy? Right? We're born to be healthy. We're also going to die eventually, right? But while we're here, we're born to be healthy. So we have some misconceptions, though. We believe it's normal to get sick when, in fact, it's common to be sick. Okay, people come to me and say, "Oh, I get the normal headaches." Headaches aren't normal. It's common. Okay, you guys see the difference? So it's about our belief systems. This is a cause and effect universe, right? Okay, so if I throw this up in the air, I expect it to come down. The same is true of the human body. It works according to principles that are true in this room and in China or Korea. So these principles, cause and effect, are absolutely true. If you're sick, there's a cause, because we're born to be healthy. So whenever we're sick, having symptoms, we got to find the cause, right? That makes sense. So this is also a cause and effect diagram. This is Angry Birds. If you shoot the angry bird at the bad piggies, something's going to happen, right? And people, this is a tough room today. So where does health come from? It comes from within, right? It doesn't come from the outside. Everything comes from within. This is an image. It looks like a tadpole, but that's us as we develop. And the first thing to develop is the nervous system. Off of that, all the spinal nerves come, and then all the organs come off of that. That's the nervous system there. We have the brain, the spinal cord, and then all the spinal nerves. The main function of the spinal column, which is surrounding that, is to house and protect that, because it's so delicate. It's sending all the life-giving messages everywhere throughout the body. This is the autonomic nervous system. This is the system that controls all the functions that we don't have to think about, that are automatic, like breathing, your heart rate, your blood pressure, all these things. This is another principle that several of the people in the group recognize, Ty, John, Harold, that structure affects function, always. So if there's a blockage in a pipe, you need to remove it, right? Cause and effect. If the wire is disconnected, you need to reconnect it. Cause and effect. If a client comes to you and says, "Oh, I think I really want to remove this load-bearing beam. What do you think?" No, you're crazy, right? So because structure always affects function. So there's a major disconnect. I say it takes a village, because you can't just go to the chiropractor and expect to be healthy. You got to see and you got to eat well, you got to move well, you got to think well, all these things. But there's a major disconnect that society does not understand yet, and that's this concept of vertebral subluxation. A subluxation is a shift in spinal structure that necessarily is going to impact the delicate nerves that travel down and through the body. Does it make sense that a shift in the upper neck, which houses the brainstem, the main blood supply to the brain, would impact the function, the health, the well-being of the body? That's what happens on a very, very common basis. And what it creates is an energy crisis in the body. This is a scan of the nervous system we do in the office. It's showing how there's all this imbalance in how the muscles are receiving information from the nervous system. It causes something called dysautonomia, which is dysfunction of that autonomic nervous system, which is like a bad cell phone connection. You don't have all the bars. It's going to create dysfunction in the organs and systems and glands in the body. And this is the scan that we do to measure that function. Subluxation is caused by various stressors in life, physical, chemical, and mental stress, which we all have a little bit of, right? And it's our body's inability to adapt to that stress, which will cause subluxation. So how common do you think this entity is in humanity? What do you guys think? It's very common, and it happens all the time because our bodies are designed to eventually break down. Chiropractic is like the reset button for the body. This is a scan of an individual, 3-year-old, who was having up to 60 seizures a day. He was diagnosed as epileptic. 60 seizures a day, major dysfunction shown on this graph. That's his after scan. I'll just show you the before and after. Green is good, white is good, red is bad. Okay, this was 2 months later. He's now been 8-9 months without any seizure activity. So, was chiropractic a treatment for seizures? No, it was a way to restore function to the body because health is a natural state. This is Beth. I don't have the sound, but that's his mom. She's talking about the changes that she saw in her son. He used to have drop seizures. He just fall. I mean, can you imagine the worry, the stress that was causing him? He'd come in, he's lost a couple of tooth. He had scars on his face because he hit himself on the corner of tables and things.
Whenever you're ready.
Can't see the very well.
Hi, my name is Elizabeth Garabati, and I started seeing Dr. Tullius a year ago today.
With severe asthma since the age of 6, antidepressants.
A year ago, I was on
inhaler
multiple
every day,
medications for
and,
asthma. I was taking 2
this was her a year
antihistamine
later,
pills, 2
before that,
inhalers,
she no
and
longer
emergency
had asthma. She no
inhalers
longer
and
had
inhalers
any
before I worked out every day.
medication.
And
She
now
no
I
longer
take
depressed.
no
She no longer
antihistamines,
takes
no
any of those
inhalers.
medications.
Hi,
And
I'm
this is
Robin,
Robin.
and
She
I've come
had
to
severe
Dr. Tullius now
migraines,
for 9 visits,
within a few
and I
visits, the
came
migraines were
because I
gone.
was having
Again,
severe.
chiropractic wasn't a treatment for any of those conditions. It was a way to restore function. So why pediatrics? A couple of reasons. One, I have a lot of fun in the office, and I get to help kids, have amazing changes in their lives and help them not only get well but stay well the rest of their lives. These are just some things some parents have said recently. I see a lot of kids with autism in the office. I'm just going to pass around some brochures regarding that. And yesterday the mom said, her son was just so more affectionate and loving. And another mom said, the increase in affection has also been the greatest reward since Joseph started getting adjusted. And this little baby, the mom, after the first adjustment, the severe colic it was experiencing went away that night. So, again, I'd love to share this information with your groups, family members, friends, any groups you can think of. I make it into a fundraiser too. So typically I'll donate the first visit to that charity or that group. I do that all the time in the community. And think about this for yourselves, because chiropractic is about getting well, but it's about staying well. So it makes sense to keep everything maintained and to practice self-care, massage, acupuncture, all these things. So think about chiropractic hopefully a little bit differently. I appreciate your time, and if any questions, schedule 1-to-1. Thank you.